them.
You're going to throw the entire Congress into chaos and nothing will get done.
Representatives from Russia and NATO are meeting in Brussels today for a high-stakes talks aimed at diffusing growing tensions over Russia's military buildup near the Ukraine border. USA Radio News.
I tried other brands, but I came back to my Sunshine.
For the best hot or cold pain relief, get the best. Get a Sunny Bay heating pad.
Sometimes life can be a pain in the neck, or back, or shoulder.
And the best relief for that pain is a Sunny Bay heating pad. Did you know that the American College of Physicians said that one of the best ways to treat muscle pain is heat therapy? Sunny Bay heating pads are handmade with high quality, can be used at home or at work, and have a lifetime 100% positive rating on both Amazon and Etsy.
Why take another pill?
Many people use our Sunny Bay heating pads alone and got rid of the neck pain.
Long-distance travel or long hours in front of a computer can take its toll on your body.
Our homegrown small business tries to help people just like us. That's why we design and test our handmade products with great care before we introduce them to the public. You can easily find Sunny Bay heating pads on Amazon. Just go to Amazon.com and search for Sunny Bay heating pads.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
The Appleton Museum of Art presents a musical performance by the world-famous Maharaja Flamenco Trio on Saturday, February 5th at 7 p.m. Presenting a sound that blends the flavors of Spain, Africa, the Caribbean, and more, the trio will play 2 sets, including music from their new album. Tickets are $25. More information and tickets available at appletonmuseum.org.
Ask anyone who's lived in our area for a while, and they'll tell you the best time to plant trees is right now, during the cool, bright, sunny winter days. The trees love it, and so will you, because at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala, you buy one tree at a super low price, and you get another one just like it for half price. You pick out a nice-sized tree, 4 to 6 feet, for just $39.99, and another one is yours for half price. You just can't beat this everyday deal at Bob Wine's. While you're there, check inside the greenhouse for some super deals. Select statuary and fountains, 50% off. Pottery is buy one, get one at half price. And by all means, don't miss the Camellia Show Spectacular now through April. Hundreds of trees, thousands of blooms, and your own camellias for as little as $19.99. Don't wait. Come on by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place for 70 years.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. Galen Unoff from Life South joins us. Brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give them a call at 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank JustShip.net. They flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to take your item, you had to package it up, box it up, wrap it up, then you had to go stand in line at the UPS store or the post office to get your package out and to the place you need it delivered to. Well, that's no more. Now you just go to justship.net, set up a appointment for them to pick up your item. That's right. They come to you. They pick your item up. They box it up. They package it up. They stand in line at the UPS store or the post office, saving you time and money. And as we know, time is money. JustShip.net saves you money on top of money. And then, of course, Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They're a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs in both the commercial and residential flooring fields. They're very knowledgeable in all types of flooring applications. Come to their showroom, let them show you how to save time, money, and maybe a headache, because that's what they do best every day. Give them a call at 352-351-3420 or visit them at their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. Galen Unall from Life South joins us, as he does every day. Galen, before we went to break, we talked about these two sports stories that just, to me, I just don't understand them. And I'm going to start first with the swim meet that was in the Ivy League. And the headline this morning for that swim meet shows, it's a headline that is trans swimmers face off in Ivy League meet and the results upend transphobic arguments against their participation. And what they want you to know is that a transgender woman and two transgender swimmers, the University of Pennsylvania's Leah Thomas and Yale's Isaac Henning, faced off head-to-head, and the results, they say, proved that there's no advantage. In a closely watched 100 freestyle event, Henning won. Henning did not win. Henning won, finished first, bested the next fastest swimmer by a second and a half. But Thomas, who's been at the center of the controversy in recent weeks for her perceived biological advantage, touched the wall 3.2 seconds after Henning to take sixth place in the race. So, Thomas competed for the Quakers men's swimming team, but after coming out of the trans woman, the Austin, Texas native spent 2 years transitioning, working with the NCAA to comply with rules to allow her to compete, and she did finish sixth. She is a man that has taken hormonal treatments and finished sixth, whereas a woman who identifies as a man finished first by a second and a half, but she's transitioning to be a man. So where's the advantage and disadvantage here?
Well, one's taking testosterone and one is taking estrogen.
I don't see any questions answered here.
No, neither do I. This sounds crazy, but the normalization of this is the weird part to me. It's just hard for me. And again, I get it. I'm old. I'm from a different generation. But it just seems such an extreme solution to a problem.
There's an easier solution.
I don't know.
There's an easier solution. Women's sports, men's sports, and trans sports. It's an easy solution.
Oh, there's not enough of them.
The population's growing.
And the way they're glorifying it.
The population's growing. And by the way, these schools have that money in the budget.
To me, it's just they're glorifying it, and so for so many people, there's a huge void in their life where they're just seeking for some kind of answer or solution, and they're looking for it everywhere other than where they should, and to me, it's God. They just don't have God in their life, and so therefore they're directionless, they're purposeless, and they're trying to find happiness. And they're like, oh, the solution is I'm my body, I'm somehow misgendered. Well, God doesn't make mistakes. That's all. And again, I know these people are going through some trauma by doing this transition, but you don't get everything in life. Well, why should you even feel the need to participate in athletics if your life was so bad? And by the way, these were both high-level swimmers before their transition, right? They both had already swam as their other gender. So they're already fairly elite swimmers. Well, why do you get everything in life? I mean, You know, I'm 51. I can't go play Little League. Right?
Well, I mean, you could. You probably stink at it, so, let's be honest.
No, but I'm serious. I mean, I can't go and play basketball at the YMCA against a bunch of 8-year-olds and dominate.
You wouldn't. They would school you.
Not 8. I could bully them. I could body them.
Oh no, they would.
I'd
They would
still have 3 foot on them.
No, they would be like the karate. They would be like the karate class with Kramer. They'd have enough. They'd get enough.
No.
Remember how that ended?
Sure
Kramer didn't. Remember how that ended? Kramer thought he could dominate him. That didn't end well. Karate.
No, fair. But again, you don't get everything you want.
You do not. Life doesn't give you everything.
And it's just I don't and I really feel for the other athletes who are just like, look, I just want to compete on a fair basis. And what I'm amazed by is they're just ignoring science, right? We're the ones who are considered, oh, you're science deniers. You don't believe in climate change. You don't believe in COVID. No, neither one of those things is true.
Well,
I believe that men are stronger than women.
100%.
And that's now, but that's now like, oh gosh, you're just you're part of the problem.
When I was 25 years old, and I had 4% body fat, 225 pounds, and could lay under 405 pounds with no problem in bench pressing. You could have started giving me estrogen, give some woman my size, testosterone. I was always going to be stronger than her, regardless.
Sure.
So, it's I don't get it, but I understand people need an outlet, and I'm okay with it. Whatever floats your boat. I'm not the guy that says, hey, if you want to wreck it, as long as it's not ruining my life, whatever. I'm okay with it. Doesn't bother me. Here does bother me, though. The whole world is now going COVID crazy. You think it's gotten bad? Wait till you hear about this. We're going from the Ivy League to a school that is considered by many to be an Ivy League of the South, in the same vein as Duke and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is considered one of the Ivy League schools of the South. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. No doubt.
And you would think in a smart school like that, smart decisions would be made. Well, last night's basketball game was against Kentucky Wildcats. That's a game where folks are turning out. Folks are coming to that game, and they did. The general public showed up in Nashville, crammed into the bleachers, cheered the Vanderbilt Commodores on. Only problem was no students at the game because they weren't allowed into the Memorial Gymnasium. In an attempt to curb the COVID spread, Vanderbilt students cannot attend home games in the month of January. But the general public, you're welcome to show up.
Isn't that dumb?
I mean, Vanderbilt's supposed to be the smart SC school.
But how does this, okay. I've been in rooms where decisions like this have been made, and obviously nobody had the guts to stand up and said, you know what, this just doesn't pass the smell test. And that's one of our rules in our organization. It's like, does this pass the smell test? Does this make any sense at all? And this is one of those, it's like, wait, what? Okay, so the student population is not part of the general population.
No. The student section is more susceptible to COVID, or either they're super spreaders. So either way,
right? Because they're all in their 20s,
right?
And COVID has killed, 15, 20-year-olds
in the country or in the world.
Come on! Again, what we're doing to our society under the guise of safety, and I know I've been saying this for 2 years. And again, thank God we live in Florida.
But wait, there's more. Now, could you imagine if they'd have pulled some stunt like that at like a Florida basketball game or something where the kids would be? But wait, it even gets worse. Have you heard about what they're doing at Arizona State University?
Yes.
Members of the Arizona State University wrestling team are now required to wear masks while on the mat in active wrestling matches.
And again, makes no sense. They're the only sport.
By the way, it is the most cardiovascular of all sports, and they're blocking your
I could
airflow.
argue that. Yeah. Did you see that they were also proposing that divers wear masks?
Yes.
The dive and
Yeah.
swim and dive team?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, genius. And then you would take them off right before you
They're
jumped in
literally
the pool?
the NCAA is literally looking at asking swimmers to wear masks while doing the backstroke because their face is out of the water the whole time.
It's silly. I mean, that's how you kill people.
That's how people die.
But again,
Wouldn't that be a
all
form
of
of
that-
water? Wouldn't that be a form of waterboarding? Wouldn't
it is. It is. But it's all kabuki theater. This is all just to say, look what we're doing to help you. And look, again, Omicron is going through our society right now. We'll hit the peak, according by most estimates, the middle to the end of next week.
Yep.
And then it'll
In Britain and the U.S.
go down. Right. It's just going to go down. And that's okay. People get sick. People have been getting sick since Adam and Eve ate the apple.
It says,
right?
Here's a headline. Scientists are seeing signals that COVID-19's Omicron wave has peaked in Britain and is about to do the same in the U.S., at which point cases will start dropping dramatically. The reason? The variant has proved so widely contagious that it may already be running out of people to infect. Wait, didn't we say 2 years ago, just let everybody get infected and it'll run its course? Huh. The plateauing or ebbing in these two countries is not happening everywhere at the same time or at the same pace, but it looks like within a couple to 3 weeks, the world itself will have enough Omicron where the peak will have been reached. So the world itself, by the end of January, they're predicting Omicron will have peaked in the entire world.
Well, but they're still going to keep Australians locked down.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're going nowhere.
See that?
They're going nowhere.
They're keeping them locked down through February.
They're going nowhere.
All right?
They're going nowhere.
My
And
God.
by the way, if you're a wrestler,
New Zealand will never be open again.
If you're a wrestler at Arizona State, you're never going to wrestle again without a mask on. And I was watching the video of this when the story was playing. I was watching it on FS1. As soon as they bumped shoulders at that first initial lockup in the wrestling match, the mask just goes off to the side. It's gone. So now you got this thing that's flapping around your ear and everything, maybe gets wrapped up in your eye so you can't see or something. Oh, yeah, that's real safe. Safe. Choking hazard, maybe it gets in your mouth, you know.
So silly. Again, common sense, people. Common sense.
Speaking of common sense, I'm looking at the mock draft put out by a group of writers that work for USA Today. And number one overall, Kayvon Thibodeau, the defensive end out of Oregon, to the Jaguars. But what I found amazing about this, first pick, defensive end. Second pick, defensive end out of Michigan. Third pick, offensive tackle, Alabama. Fourth pick, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback, LSU. Fifth, offensive tackle, North Carolina State. Sixth, offensive tackle. Seventh, safety. Eighth, defensive end out of Purdue, going to the Falcons. Ninth, linebacker out of Georgia, going to the Broncos. 10th, David Ojabo, defensive end linebacker out of Michigan, going to the Jets. You don't see the first quarterback come off in this mock draft till Matt Corral all the way down to number 11 for the Washington football team. And you don't see the next quarterback come out after that until Kenny Pickett at 18 to the Saints. And then Sam Howell from North Carolina, 20th to the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's the only three quarterbacks at the top of the draft. And it's the first time in 16 years there's not one projected in the first 10 picks.
Well, maybe the NFL is getting smarter and not to reach for these bad quarterbacks like Sam Darnold.
Oh, the
Right?
$50 million man.
Well, I mean, but again, there aren't that many good quarterbacks this year. Next year, there's a couple. But, yeah, again, if I have the first pick in the draft, I trade it.
A torn anterior
Traded.
cruciate ligament in the national championship game has knocked Jamison Williams all the way down to the 30th pick in the first round. A wide receiver out of Alabama.
Up in a heartbeat.
Out of Alabama.
Alabama wide receivers are good in the NFL.
And if he falls all that far, you know who he falls to at 30th if he does fall that far because of his knee?
Bucks.
The Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
The Chiefs.
There you go. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, but, you know, and these mock drafts are garbage. We know that. But they're fun to look at. They're fun to look at. You know, some of these mock drafts, remember, these mock drafts had Tony Mandrich as the best football player ever to come out of college football.
Wow, he was.
How'd that work out?
Steroided it himself. Well, for Tony.
You want to talk about you want to talk about changing your physique and appearance to try to get an advantage. Goodness, that guy was a walking.
Did it work?
No, he was a walking syringe of Winstraw V and Deca and Equipoise.
Did it work? Was he the first pick?
He was, and 4 years afterwards broke.
Yeah, I wonder if he's still alive.
I don't know. It's a very good question. Guy with that much steroids, something happened to happen to his body or something, didn't it?
He took a lot of drugs.
I mean, he made the guy looking. What was the movie that had the guy where the quarterback laid down in the middle of the interstate and they had to take it out of the movie because it was a college movie and they had the steroid guy that got all blown up and was raping people with steroid rage and everything. Oh,
yeah.
I forget the name of that movie. And it's not Varsity Blues, but that, you know. Tony Mandrich, is he still? Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, he's still alive. He was number one overall by the Green Bay Packers in the '89 draft.
Yep.
He is
I remember that. He was on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 330 pounds. Still.
Unbelievable.
Didn't play very long though.
Didn't have to.
Well, no, I
Made
guess.
His money.
Guess not. He was born. Oh wow, he's 2 months younger than I am. I did not know that. Did not know that. So, but yeah, he's still alive. He's still good. Still going. From Kent, Ohio. Went to Theodore Roosevelt High School. Michigan State. Played for the Packers from '89 to '92. The Colts from '96 to '98. I didn't realize he was in the league 9 years.
Yeah. He was a serviceable lineman. He just wasn't what people thought he was going to be, obviously.
And finished his career in the Canadian League. Played 2 years up there.
Yeah. I remembered that for some reason. That popped in my head, but yeah.
And he was selected second overall by the Green Bay Packers, not first overall. Who went first in the 1989 draft then? I don't remember if Tony Mandrich didn't go.
It was a quarterback. I don't remember. It wasn't Detmer.
It may have been. No, I don't think it was Detmer. Oh, Troy Aikman. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Troy Aikman.
He was in the supplemental. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Aikman did. Yeah. And then Tony Mandrich went second. Yep. But here's who Tony Mandrich went in front of. This is the kind of thing that when I pull it up, I love to see this kind of thing.
Wasn't Barry Sanders in '89?
Barry Sanders went third overall in that draft behind Tony Mandrich.
Yeah.
But listen to who all goes.
I saw him play in the Egg Bowl.
First pick overall, Troy Aikman. I get that. Second pick, Tony Mandrich. Then here we go. You ready for this? After Tony Mandrich, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders, Broderick Thomas, Donnell Woodward, Trace Armstrong, Eric Metcalf.
4 of those got the first.
Steve Atwater, Andre Rison
are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's
Aikman, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Deion Sanders, all Hall of Famers.
That's interesting.
That's a pretty good draft class, there, yeah. And Broderick Thomas was no slouch at linebacker out of Nebraska for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Did he get hurt? Yeah, because he was one of the guys for the black shirts for Nebraska.
Right.
he was a beast. That's back when that
Lewis
draft
Oliver was in that
great.
draft. Steve Walsh was in that draft as a supplemental.
Yeah, Steve Walsh was a supplemental pick.
Yeah. So, there were some picks in that, but Tony Mandrick's number 2 overall, and he ends up going ahead of Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Deion Sanders.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
And back then, wasn't the Magic Man the quarterback then in Green Bay? So you weren't protecting a franchise quarterback. Because I think Don Mikowski was the quarterback then, wasn't he? I think he was in '89.
Was it the Magic Man? Probably. Yeah, I know it's pre-Favre.
Yeah, I think it was. Favre came out in Mississippi came out in '91, I think.
Yeah, because in '89 he hadn't beat Florida State yet.
Right. And, Mississippi's what Jerry Glanville. Jerry Glanville, and everybody talked about how great a coach he was, him and June Jones. In their infinite wisdom, Chris Miller and Jeff George were heads and shoulders above Mississippi. Because Mississippi just a fat kid from Mississippi that drank too much.
It's true.
Yeah, how'd that work out for us Falcons fans?
Sure.
Giving up arguably one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the history of the game. That's wonderful.
Yeah, not your best decision.
No.
Not your best decision.
No. Probably not having anybody going out with the rookie, though, into Buckhead and Midtown probably wasn't the best decision either.
Well, in the 90s, Atlanta was a good place to be young in. How about that?
Especially if you had a drinking and Vicodin problem.
Yes. Yeah.
I was in that area around that time. I know for fact there was no kind of party implement that you couldn't readily lay your hands on for affordable money any night of the week at any place in Buckhead, Midtown, or downtown.
Absolutely.
Wasn't even different.
And I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah, but nowadays with all that fentanyl and everything, you just can't.
Well, yeah, it's a different world.
You just
different
can't.
world.
Somebody goes, well, what, you knew your drug dealer back then? No, but, we trusted they weren't going to kill us. I don't know why we trusted that. We were just as naive as anybody else. I mean, let's be honest.
Sure.
We weren't the smartest with doing that kind of thing. But, hey, we were smart enough to know we didn't need to wear a mask while wrestling. We were smart enough to know that just closing the student section but letting the general public in wasn't going to stop the spread of COVID.
Come on, that's pretty funny right there. That's a good line. Yeah.
Vanderbilt. Of all schools to say, we're doing something smart here.
Our parents didn't really care enough about us to worry about something like that. I mean, look, figure it out, kid.
No, just be in by dark. That's all we worry about.
Just microwave your dinner. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. We got the hungry man for you. Shut up.
Yeah, that's right. There's frozen pizza.
Yeah, and remember, you couldn't put those in the microwave because they were metal pans. The old TV dinners all were cooked in the stove in 20 minutes, and you thought by some miraculous, if you turned it up higher, you get it done in 15.
It's amazing. My wife and I, the old French bread pizza?
Oh, yeah.
When those came out, those were, I'm like, and to this day, my wife and I will, like, if we get like a frozen pizza, we both want the frozen French bread pizza.
To me, to this day,
like, this is terrible.
One of the
and
greatest.
I'm like, well, this is my childhood.
One of the greatest inventions ever. As we wrap up, Totina's Pizza Rolls, one of the greatest inventions ever. Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, we're actually at Real Truck. So check us out there. But as always, come by and see us on the Boulevard. We're in emergency need of platelets. And by the way, for the first time, the Red Cross has declared a national blood emergency. So please just get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Chicago Democrat Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced Tuesday that she has tested positive for COVID-19. She says she is feeling fine and is experiencing cold-like symptoms. Also in the region, in-person classes for Chicagoland students will resume today. President Biden, in a planned Atlanta, Georgia speech Tuesday, called on the United States Senate to remove the filibuster and allow a simple majority to pass voting legislation, taking away the state's rights to handle their own elections. Biden's bill would make sure all elections from now on are run by the folks in Washington, D.C.
I believe the threat to our democracy is so grave that we must find a way to pass these voting rights bills. Debate them, vote, let the majority prevail. And if that bare minimum is blocked, we have no option but to change the Senate rules, including getting rid of the filibuster for this.
USA Radio News.
O'Reilly.
Save on your next oil change when you purchase 5 quarts of Pennzoil High Mileage Motor Oil and a MicroGuard filter for the price of Pennzoil Conventional, now $26.99. Extend the life of your vehicle and save big with Pennzoil Oil and Filter Specials at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Plus, earn double O Rewards points on this purchase. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, a potential sign of flu or COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Exergen Temporal Scanners are available at Walmart and other fine retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com. That's EXERGEN.com. Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
National Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farmer Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The Georgia Peanut Commission has announced more details on the two-day farm show. It's the 45th annual Georgia Peanut Farm Show and Conference scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday, January the 19th and the 20th. Mark your calendar and plan to be there. It's at the University of Georgia Tifton Campus Conference Center in Tifton, Georgia. The show opens on Wednesday from 1 to 5 and Thursday from 8 to 2:30. The two-day show is free to all farmers and industry representatives. Attendees will have the opportunity to visit with nearly 100 agribusinesses and organizations in the peanut and agricultural industry. Farmers will be able to earn private and also commercial pesticide applicator certification, as well as learn about cutting-edge research during the University of Georgia's Peanut Production Seminar